Okay, so I'm currently driving to work, crying. But it's not even because I don't like what I do or I'm not grateful. But I feel like anyone who's in the early 20s is like, like, what the fuck are we doing?
The path to adulthood is rarely straightforward, but for young men in their 20s and 30s today, the journey feels increasingly like navigating a complex labyrinth. Societal shifts, economic pressures, and evolving relationship dynamics have created a unique set of challenges that demand a closer examination. This isn't about assigning blame, but about understanding the pressures that are shaping a generation.
We like are growing up in a world that's like practically falling apart, and it's so hard to stay positive when kind of everything's thrown at you. I feel like obviously college doesn't teach you much. I'm not even looking at the camera, shit. And I'm like, also I'm a man, and I am scared to cry, and I'm scared to film, and I'm scared to be vulnerable, but at the end of the day, it's like, right now it just sucks, and it's hard, and I'm beyond grateful for the job I have and for the life I'm living, but I hold a lot in, and I think at the end of the day, it's okay to let it out and be honest with people. And yeah, it's just been a lot on my plate, and I don't know if anyone else can relate to it, but if you're in your early 20s and you are a male or a female or whatever your pronouns are, it's hard.
The financial landscape alone presents a formidable obstacle. The cost of living has skyrocketed, with housing, education, and even basic necessities becoming increasingly unaffordable. For many young men, the dream of owning a home, a car, and building a secure financial future feels increasingly out of reach. AI and automation are rapidly changing the job market, creating uncertainty and anxiety about job security. Layoffs are becoming more frequent, and many are finding their roles displaced by technology. The pressure to succeed financially is immense, yet the pathways to genuine opportunity often seem obscured by misleading promises. The internet is rife with get-rich-quick schemes and questionable training programs that prey on the ambition and vulnerability of young men seeking a way out of their financial struggles. Distinguishing legitimate opportunities from elaborate scams has become a skill set in itself, adding another layer of frustration and disillusionment.
I want to have a big family and have lots of kids, but I shouldn't feel the pressure of society to...
I think we all need that pressure. It's like a good pressure that we've got. It's like duty. We have like
for
a
men
duty.
to say that, because you guys don't have like a time clock.
Yeah, but we've got other disadvantages, you know? We've got lots of disadvantages.
Like?
Well, the fact that we don't get any attention sexually when we're younger. When a guy's 20, 21 with no resources and he's still probably got like pimples on his face and ugly, girls don't really look twice at them.
I mean, same with girls.
Are you joking? Girls who are in between 20 and 24 in their sexual peak, they get the most attention.
I thought you were talking about high school.
I'm not really talking about even young guys in high school. I mean, we should pull up one of my high school photos. I was disgusting. But yeah, I mean, yeah, guys, we have to develop ourselves as men and get into your 30s when you've got more resources, you're more competent, you're a better leader. This is when you start to get more attention.
Beyond the financial pressures, young men grapple with a shifting social landscape, particularly in the realm of relationships. The rise of dating apps and social media has altered the dynamics of courtship, often creating a superficial and transactional environment. There's a growing perception, fueled by media portrayals and amplified on social media, that women are increasingly selective, prioritizing specific traits like height, income, and physical appearance. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and rejection, particularly for young men who don't fit the narrow mold of what's considered desirable. Constant exposure to idealized images online can fuel insecurity and create unrealistic expectations. The pressure to conform to these standards can be overwhelming, leading to a decline in self-esteem and a reluctance to engage in the dating scene. This sense of disillusionment extends beyond romantic relationships. Friendships, once a vital source of support, can also suffer under the pressures of modern life. The constant competition to present a perfect image on social media can create a sense of distance and artificiality. People are hesitant to show vulnerabilities, fearing judgment or comparison. This can lead to a breakdown in authentic connections and a feeling of isolation, even within a network of friends. Underlying these challenges is a perceived erosion of traditional values and a growing sense of cynicism. Scandals in entertainment and politics, coupled with a pervasive focus on material wealth, can leave young men feeling disillusioned and questioning the integrity of established institutions. The emphasis on individual gain and instant gratification seems to overshadow the importance of community, empathy, and genuine connection. While self-improvement and physical fitness are undoubtedly positive pursuits, they are sometimes presented as a panacea for all of life's problems. The message can be misleading, that achieving a certain physique will automatically lead to success in all areas of life, including relationships. However, the reality is often more complex. While physical well-being is important, it's not a guaranteed solution for deeper issues of self-worth, connection, and purpose.
Economy sucks, you're probably never going to buy a house, your degree is useless and left you in mountains of debt. You're nowhere near capable of providing for a wife and kids, and you can't imagine yourself settling down with any of the women in your age bracket anyway because Disney princess programming and feminism has left them fundamentally unwifeable. You've grown up in a culture which has celebrated every other form of identity besides you and in exact proportion to how much they're not you, to the point that now schools and companies can hire based on that metric, all the while being told you can't complain or notice any of it because of how privileged you are. A lot of dudes just checked out and started smoking weed and playing video games.
Meet Alex, the 27-year-old young man. In the shadow of progress, young men like me, 20-somethings scraping by in a world that feels rigged, find ourselves trapped. I'm Alex, 27, and every day is a battle against forces that seem designed to keep us down. Take today, for instance. Rent's due, and my bank account is a joke. Expenses have skyrocketed. Groceries, gas, even that cup of coffee in my hand costs more than it did last year. It's not just about budgeting. It's about survival in a system where the deck is stacked. Women look down on guys like me now. Average looks, average income, average background. It's everywhere. In a workplace where my ideas get overlooked because I'm not some polished executive. On dating sites, where my profile gets ghosted faster than I can say hello. And in everyday life, where a simple conversation feels like an interview. I remember applying for that marketing job last week. The interviewer, a woman in her 30s, barely made eye contact. It's as if we're not good enough unless we're 6 feet tall, loaded, and Instagram perfect. And don't get me started on dates. Swiping through profiles, I see women who wouldn't give me a second glance. Even the ones who aren't drop-dead gorgeous act like they deserve the world. Finding a job that pays well and earns respect? Nearly impossible. I've sent out dozens of resumes, but good opportunities are scarce. Most training programs and schools are scams, promising high-paying careers but delivering nothing but debt. I tried one online course last year, advertised as a gateway to tech jobs. It cost me $500, and all I got was a certificate that's worth less than the paper it's printed on. The internet's full of these traps. Life coaches peddling get-rich-quick schemes, AI-driven platforms that promise freelance work but pay peanuts. It's a vicious cycle. How do you get ahead when everything that claims to help is just another con? People say exercise is the answer. Get ripped, get strong, and everything falls into place. I hit the gym for months, built some muscle, but it didn't change a thing. Just because you're shredded doesn't mean you'll find a girlfriend who respects you or stays faithful. Women today are fed a constant diet of delusions from the media, movies, TV shows, social media influencers pushing the idea that only the best-looking, highest-earning, tallest guys are worth their time. It's all smoke and mirrors. Even average women turn us away, chasing fantasies of luxury and status. Relationships aren't about connection anymore. It's about money and using each other. No morality, no values, no respect. Just quick joys like meaningless hookups as seen in those Hollywood scandals where everyone's out for themselves.
I have not found young guys to be bad at conversation. I know everyone says that. I'd say maybe they're bad at flirting. I could see that, but like when I think of my little brother, his friends, my sister, their guy friend, like they're usually pretty respectful. Like, I don't know. I always hear so much trash talked about Gen Z men. And I don't know if I'm going crazy, but when I've met Gen Z men in real life, most of them are pretty driven. A lot of them live at home, I found, to save money on rent. But usually like they save money on rent, but it's because they're saving for a house or saving for something.
Look at the big picture. Owning a home, a car, some savings. It's a pipe dream for most of us in our 20s and 30s, unless you've got family money. AI's taking jobs left and right. My buddy lost his warehouse gig to automation last month. Layoffs are rampant, and with prices soaring, we're left scrambling. Friendships? They're fading fast. Everyone's buried in their own problems, competing on social media to show off the highlight reel of their lives. No one talks about the real stuff, the failures, the fears. It's all surface level, which is why I haven't heard from my old college pals in months. We've bought into this misconception that material things are king, thanks to movies, music, and the internet.
I posted a video about guys not knowing what they want in their 30s, and let me tell you, the comments have me like shook. The amount of men saying that they don't want to get married because they don't want to have to take care of a woman is like absolutely mind-blowing to me. Like, love is dead. It's dead.
For anyone that has listened to men in the last decade, this should not be surprising. Because let's face it, ladies, men are no longer to expect anything from a woman in marriage. Because when they talk about expectations, especially on social media, they get put through the ringer. And that has leaked into the real world. Like, men have a lot to lose when it comes to relationships, especially marriage. They are expected to give without requiring or wanting or asking for anything in return. A lot of men that have experienced that feeling in a real life relationship that he's been through, he has decided to remain single rather than put himself through that again. And honestly, what he sees on social media just reinforces that.
Relationships? Forget it. Women go in expecting to receive gifts, status, excitement. And if it doesn't deliver, they're gone. As a guy, I've stopped trying. The constant belittling, the way they make you feel inadequate, it cuts deep. It attacks your masculinity, your self-esteem, your very sense of manhood. I've been on dates where I was made to feel like trash, and it hurts more than I can say. That's why so many of us are checking out of dating altogether. No marriages, no families. It's bad for everything, from reproduction to the economy and society at large. We've lost our way. Men and women, employees and bosses, friends. Everyone's divided by this obsession with material gains. It's time to leave it behind, to find our way back to each other. Real connections, based on giving and understanding, not just taking. I see it in the little things, a neighbor helping out, or that rare honest conversation. We need to rebuild that. Morality, respect, shared values before it's too late. For me, it's about holding on, keeping my head up, and hoping for change. Because if we don't, what's left for guys like me? Completion. So what can be done? The answer isn't simple, but it begins with acknowledging the validity of these challenges and fostering open and honest conversations. We need to move away from superficial comparisons and embrace a more nuanced understanding of success. It's about redefining masculinity beyond narrow stereotypes and encouraging young men to cultivate emotional intelligence, empathy, and genuine connection. Ultimately, rebuilding trust and fostering understanding between men and women is crucial. Recognizing the pressures that both genders face and working collaboratively to create a more equitable and supportive society is essential. This requires moving beyond superficial judgments and embracing the values of respect, empathy, and genuine connection. The labyrinth of young manhood may be complex, but is not insurmountable. By acknowledging the challenges, fostering open communication, and prioritizing genuine connection, we can help young men navigate this difficult terrain and build a more fulfilling and meaningful future for themselves and for society as a whole. It's about finding our way back to each other, valuing substance over surface, and building a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. So what do you think? Really that hard to these guys today? What would be the solutions for these problems? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.